Alright, good morning everybody. It is morning my time anyway, right now. I'm going to do another Xplane 11 video. I gotta say, I'm in love with this simulator. It's by far one of the best that I've played. I have not been able to play Prepared though, so I cannot compare it to that, but compared to Flight Simulator X, Xplane 10, I think this one definitely tops it. So I'm going to go from Merrill Field in Anchorage, Alaska to Port Alsworth, which is a flight that I have done before, except I was going from Merrill to Iliamna. So, and today we're going to use the gravel airstrip. It's off there in the background. Merrill Field also has two paved airstrips, but you know, I want to, if we're bush flying, I want to be bush flying. So, and I know that the gravel strip there is not that bad. It's not meant for bush tires only. These wheels, the tricycle fixed gear will be just fine on this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see if we can't just get rid of those static instruments there and get this plane going. And get rid of that so I can actually see. Open up the window here. Now remember, I'm going off of memory for the startup procedures, so I do have a checklist on my instrument panel here, but you cannot start the engine with the avionics on, and if I do the checklist then I shut the avionics off, start it back up, none of my instruments work right. So that's a fun one. Alright, batteries on, alternator on. I believe I need the beacon light. I need to put the mixture not all the way up, but close, and then smooth it forward after start. Fuel pump on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throttle in about 1/4 inch. Or 1/4 way, I guess. Clear prop. There's nobody and nothing around. Smooth that forward. Okay. Then turn our avionics bus 1 and 2 on. Alright, so the first thing I like to do is go in here. I want to make sure I got my traffic turned on. I'm not going to worry about, I want the topographic, I like that better. Alright, we'll declutter it, get rid of some of those VOR points, whatnot. Alright, and I want to make sure that my gauges are actually working. So my RPM is up, my manifold pressure is at 10. I'm just going to kind of throttle it forward a little bit, make sure things rise up. Alright. One thing that never really moves is, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that down just a little bit there. I think the sound might be drowning me out a little bit, sound of the aircraft. So anyway, what I was saying was oil temperature never really moves and the oil pressure never moves. It'll go up to like the bottom of the green and that's where it'll stay. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get our flight plan ready. Alright, so as you can see, it's got that in there now. And if my range will work, I can kind of show you where we're going here. There's no traffic, right? No traffic. We're just gonna kind of back taxi just a little bit here. That extra few feet. Alright, should be good to go. Ooh, it's bumpy. Airspeed's alive. All right, and we're up. Flaps up. We're gonna go ahead and make our turn because we got the international airport right there and I don't want to be anywhere near that. So we're gonna fly to the other end of the other side of the bay. What are you doing, sweetie? We got Emma over here. She is just being a clown, kid. Being a clown, baby. There's the international airport. And then I'm not sure if I can see it or not. I'll try to move a little faster here. See if I can't turn into it. Oh, there we go. That airstrip right down there is the Air Force base. It's now a joint Air Force Army base. Alright, we'll go ahead and go back up over here, adjust our climb. Beautiful Alaskan day. It's exactly how I remember it. That is exactly how I remember it. This whole part here is very, very flat. And there's actually, out over the water, there's actually oil rigs. Now, there were, last time I flew over there, I think I counted like 9 or 10 oil rigs out there, so. Alright, well hopefully the view will get better. I'll cut in some nice nice images. Alright, so I'm looking at my map right now and it looks like originally I was gonna go for this pass here, but it looks like I'm gonna end up taking this, well, these kind of go into the same valley. So that's the pass we're gonna take. But if the weather is shit, because there's nowhere to turn around in there. So if I get socked in, I can go up, I can IFR it, which isn't a big deal, but it's going to make for, you know, not the most scenic of plane rides. So, what I'm going to do is, gonna head for that pass. That's the pass we're gonna go for. If it works, it works. If not, well, we can go up and around. But basically what's gonna happen is once we get into that pass, it's gonna take us down to like an old glacier. Well, there should be glaciers on each side. I mean, in real life there are glaciers on both sides, but I'm not sure if they've mapped it out here in the game or not. So we're gonna go down here. It's gonna end up following like a old glacier trail, and then at the end of that trail is going to open up into a lake, and that's where Port Alsworth is. It's going to be off to our left, and it's an uncontrolled airport, so I don't even think they have fuel services or anything like that. So that's where we're going to head to. If it works, it works. If not, then I'll hop up and over the mountain range, and I'll come down at the lake. I want to just work it that way, but I'm hoping it'll be clear enough. Even if we get into some fog here, it'll be okay. Alright, well, it looks like the pass is clear, so we're going to drop down. I wanted to stay a little high up there just in case. We're going to drop down and get in between these mountains here. That way it'll make for a nice little flight. So basically what we should do is we're going to follow this ravine all the way up, and when it comes out, theoretically, if I'm reading my map right, it should come out at a lake, and at that lake should be Port Alsworth. So hopefully we can get somewhat of a scenic flight out of this today. Alright, so 2998 is pretty much the same, so nothing's really changed. That's the closest ATIS I can get, so that's what I'm going to use right now for my altimeter. Alright, so we're about 43 miles out. As you can see, we're finally able to see Port Alsworth there. There's that little river I was telling you guys about. So once we get up to this divider, we'll go ahead and take the left pass. It really doesn't matter which way around here you take. Oh, looks like we're gonna take the right way. Yep, That's alright, we'll take this way. No big deal. No big deals. Like Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes. Just happy accidents. However, not sure if there is such a thing as a happy accident in aviation. That might not be good terminology. They're like, oh, I just had a happy accident. No, not in an airplane you did not. And I wanted to showcase some mountain flying in this. I mean, this is mountain flying. That's what it is. You know, mountain pass flying anyway. And when we would go out to the, I call it a lodge, but really it was just a canvas tent. When we go out to the hunting areas, you know, we just landed. We picked a flat spot on the hillside, and that's where we put it down. Now, when we came out here, when I did my trip, it was the pilot and I, and believe it or not, we were in it was a Cessna 185 with a belly pod and bush tires, and we had taken out the back seat. All of that was taken out, and we had an oven, like a full-size oven, and snow machine parts. Because what we did was he bought a brand new sled, but we just disassembled it and flew it out to camp, reassembled it at camp, so we had a sled out there. So, you know, a lot of the Xplane videos I see, people they're flying the A350, the 737, 747, you know, all the big birds, and sometimes they're doing the de Havilland Dash 8s or whatever. Beechcraft 1900s, stuff like that. So I wanted to showcase more of the general aviation side of it, and I thought, what better way than to recreate a flight that I've had in a 185, just do it in the 182, and have some fun with it. That way we're not flying for an hour and a half at, you know, 30-something thousand feet, and all you see is just blue. You know, and then you can make out some land underneath. So I wanted to actually be down in it and see what there is to see what kind of graphics this game has, the scenery that it generates, and just kind of get back to my passion of general aviation. We'll check the map. I know for a fact that there's not anything here as far as like ATIS or anything like that. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So it's 280 feet. Oh, and it actually gives me the information here. That's pretty cool. All right, 2990. So we'll go ahead and change that. Right, and we'll put it right here. Worst landing ever Not happy with that. Flight was going okay, then I overran the runway like a dumbass. I should have just... I know what I did. That's where I'm parking it. Right. I guess you can have a happy accident in aviation. When you walk out alive, you're pretty fucking happy, right? Oh yeah, that's cool. You're just... alright. Whatever that's about. Well, that's it. God, I'm so disappointed with how that ended. I don't even know what to do with myself. I feel like I mean, I should have been on the runway way soon. I should have done a fly around. This is what I should have done. And that's originally what I was gonna do. And then when I started landing, I'm thinking, well, I could always just power it up and do a go around. That way I know, you know, the runway's clear and everything. I don't know why. I was like, ah, fuck it. I'm just gonna land it. Emma keeps bringing me her bottle. She's bothering me. She wants me to do stuff. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just put it on the ground and end the video. And that's what we did. So I'm sorry for that, but we'll fix that for next time. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully the ending doesn't ruin the movie for you. A little video, but hey, what can you do, right? Can't go back and fix it. It's already done. So, all right, you guys, have a great day, and happy flying.